just thinking, to save time, because I can see
Hey guys, sorry.
some problems coming in tomorrow early for me to have a consultation with her. Shall I do mine at the same time?
No, because it might be something
Because she'll be asking
different.
different questions. won't
Yeah,
she?
and it's also good for you to just do it by yourself.
Oh, Karen. I didn't realise Gwyneth had come back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we're ready to go. Right, Lisa. Hello. So I have kind of asked you to do the age regression. So thank you for volunteering to doing that. It's much appreciated. What is it that you would like to look at?
I think thing at the moment in life is to do with stop-starting.
Yeah.
It's like I have the momentum to do something and then it fades off and it's like not completing something. It's like it's say like with my business, it's like I've got all the qualifications, everything's there, the skills, and it's like I'm still, I've still not got it out there.
Okay.
And so there's something that I'm avoiding in getting out there.
Yeah.
And it's like with different patterns, even to do with the weight. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. And so it's a bit like, I'm picking something up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm fed up with it.
Yeah. So it's also to do with the weight as well. I mean, do you see it in any other areas other than that?
Yeah, with smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoking is the same thing. I can't think of anything else right now, but yeah, it's definitely there as a
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah. So what happens with the smoking?
Gosh, feels like a long story, I don't know. I started smoking when I was 16. I think I had tried a cigarette when I was 10 years old. And yeah, I was 16 started. And then I smoked for 22 years. And then I gave up for 8 years. And then I remember I'd got out of a relationship and then I got back with him for a week, and within that week I started smoking again.
Right.
So it was kind of probably coping with being back in something I didn't need to be in. And also, so I've kind of continued since then. Although I've had little bits of on and off. I can go a couple of weeks. I also saw with it was about judgment, because when I gave up smoking, I didn't think I had any judgment about it. But when I started smoking again, I gave myself a really hard time, and it made me see that I actually had loads of judgments about smoking. I also see it sometimes as an avoidance. Sometimes use it as like that's a break. It's like a full stop.
Yeah.
also, it's probably the thing, again, to do with my judgments about it. It's the thing that probably sets off a whole chain of thoughts that aren't helpful to me. As in feeling, it feels a bit more past tense. It's not as severe now, but it's like I'd be feeling really good about something and then have a cigarette and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's like being a bad girl.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, probably giving myself a hard time.
For having the cigarette.
Yeah, so it's almost like it feels like it's a self-saboteur kind of thing. Although it being on the pretense that I wanted to heal it thoroughly, as in, say with drinking and like growing up in a family, you know, that didn't have alcohol, and then as a teenager drinking loads of alcohol, and later on getting 2 relationships with alcoholics, and then I refrained from it, and it's like from all of those experiences it got to a place where I can drink or not drink, I don't have any issue around it.
Yeah.
And I think I've been hoping to get to that point with cigarettes. And sometimes I really enjoy a cigarette,
Yeah.
and then other times probably not.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of the swing happening from one thing to another.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think because you mentioned avoidance. So what would it be avoiding?
Sometimes it's even making a start on something. It's, right, okay, let me have a cigarette first. And then, like I say, these thoughts are probably, you know, and I suddenly get taken off track.
What kind of thoughts would come?
Trying to think, it's not been as much recently.
That's okay. I mean, if it's not,
Yeah.
if it's not there, it's not.
I think it is. Well, it's,
More subtle.
yeah, it's got more subtle.
And how is it in relation to the weight? How does it affect your weight?
Yeah, I suppose it's like feeling, it's like as I lose weight, I feel good about myself, got more energy, more energy, more motivation, more clarity, and then as I put weight on, it's a withdrawal. I recognise that it's, yeah, coping with situations, and yeah, it doesn't make me feel good about myself, and yeah, I probably want to interact less, so it isolates me.
you say it's about coping with situations in that way?
So I think over years, say with my first husband, I think I was with him from 16, got married at 21, divorced at 26, and probably needed, if I look back now, I probably needed to be out of that relationship probably when I was about 19. But there was this driving force, like to have a successful relationship, marriage, do the thing of buying the house together, going on holidays, and doing all that. And I think probably expectation of family around.
Yeah.
So when I look at the time it was really to get out of it, that's actually when I started putting the weight on.
Okay.
And I've seen, so when I got out of it, I lost the weight, and I've done this with my ex-husband and a previous relationship. Although I'm not in a relationship right now, I think there's been things going on with my family, my son, and things that, like not only my son, my daughter, different issues, and it's kind of, I probably feel weighted down with trying to deal with it all myself, and I kind of feel, I can feel the emotion coming up of that. And I probably, seek comfort in eating. And there's probably the same, even with the cigarettes, I think there's a level of comfort with the cigarettes as well.
Okay.
I was just thinking when I started smoking, it was almost better to give me a bit of time, just a few minutes to myself. And that's where I'd perhaps, go outside, sit down, have a cigarette and reflect, and just have a bit of time.
Just something you feel you don't get now?
I think I do. I do get time, but I think recently, well, probably since my dad passed away, is again filling the space up with box sets, TV box sets. So then I have this conflict of, I'm watching these box sets, but then it's like I know what I should be doing or need to be doing, and it's like I'm wasting the time.
So it feels like you're wasting your time. So how does that all relate back to the self-starter? it's seeing the link between the two. There's one's a consequence.
Yeah, and I think as well, what comes up subtly in the background is a can't. There's a real fear that can't. I know it's really irrational because I know I can't. You know, it's, if I was to describe myself as, you know, counsellor, therapist here, I'm good at it. But there's something there that's going, you can't do it. You can't. And it's the same thing with setting up a business. It's like, can't, I don't know how. So,
That's the link then, isn't it? That's creating it all. Yeah. So you probably think that's the intent of the session, I would say. Yeah. So when that feeling is there of that you can't, what is it that you feel that you can't do? Because you, like you said, and you are an amazing therapist, and on the first day of your introduction to everybody, you said, I'm all about the truth, and that is you. So why can't, what is it that stops? What's stopping that truth? What's creating that I can't? What
I don't know, but I can just feel it all sitting in the chest.
Whereabouts?
Yeah, the central
Yeah.
chest.
Okay.
And it's, you know, I've always seen there's this fear of getting it wrong that's been there. And then I've gone one way where being the absolute perfectionist, really giving myself a hard time. And then that's kind of swung over to like not giving myself a hard time and letting go of things. It kind of, yeah, I feel like I'm trying to find balance.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing is
Yeah.
swinging.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with, you know, with
Yeah.
low self-worth, you know, sort of capable, not capable, you know, it's just, it's, yeah.
It's that I can't that's enabling that swing to happen. Like you say, the worth, no self-worth, you know. Yeah. So, really from this session then, what would you like to achieve?
Yeah, balance. And to just really get out there. That's, you know, because that's the whole thing which it's what I'm passionate about. It's like meeting people all the time, and it's like having, you know, various people or teenagers, and you know, sort of, and it just happens very natural of working with people, and that's great. I'm not getting paid for it, and it's so I'm used to giving away, receiving for it.
Yeah.
I need to receive to be able to support myself
Yeah.
and my children.
Yeah.
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 So I'd like to support myself.
Mm. Is that just in a financial sense?
No. It's the whole picture. And that's been an issue that's been there for a long time, is not saying no. I thought I'd got better from it, but then I kind of can see the situation with my son where I sort of ask him to leave. I can actually see along the way if I'd have just said no to things and boundaries. So saying no has been a big one, and it's just like, it's almost like I've thought I'd sorted that out, and then I see it on another level, and I'm seeing it with the food and the cigarettes and any distraction, instead of just going no to it.
Yeah.
I'm going,
Yeah. So with getting it out there, just what would that mean to you?
that would mean me committing to a name
Yeah.
for the business. It would mean building a website, and it would mean advertising and doing it properly.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been playing, playing at it, or not exactly. The work's been there, but it's like the format of a proper business hasn't.
Yeah. That's what you like.
I'd like to be of service.
And be paid.
Definitely to be paid for, because it's all those, that adds to the worry.
Yeah.
It's always the financial
Yeah.
struggle.
Yeah. So if you reflect back on these wonderful 50 years, just tell me one thing that really stands out that you'd say you're really proud of. I mean, I could pick your kids, that's an easy one. What do you really stands out that, you're really proud of?
Gosh, there's probably quite a few things really, but I think what jumped up first of all was becoming a qualified counsellor.
Yeah. And what was it about that made you feel really proud?
It was something that I was really interested in, had passion about it, and it was actually that it was a real self-discovery,
Yeah.
the journey of it, and I was good at it.
Yeah.
I am good at it.
You are.
was just, yeah, over moon, felt thrilled. Yeah, sense of achievement. But I do remember I didn't get probably what I really wanted, which was approval from my dad. I think I wanted acknowledgement from my dad. Yeah.
Is that just to do with the counselling, or was that a theme, really?
Yeah, that's definitely a theme. It's, you can hear the words I love, but behind those words it was always a criticism, you know. You're not good enough, really, were all the messages.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah.
That's why your liver's twinging, is it?
Sorry?
Is that why your liver's twinging?
What?
Is that why your liver's twinging? Why your liver?
Right,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Couldn't be out what to
Sorry.
say then. Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of been, to seek that approval or acknowledgement from him has been a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, that's changed over the years,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's definitely seemed very significant at the time of becoming a counsellor.
Okay. So when you got that qualification, how long ago was it?
About 16 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty something, because your kids would have been small then, so Blaine would have been how old?
Yeah, I had one, didn't I?
Yeah. And Naya would have been
2, 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah, 2.
Goodness me, okay. That's quite an achievement then. Okay. So it kind of feels like, would you say this would be right to go back to the root cause of why you feel that you can't achieve or follow things through in this lifetime? Does that feel right?
Yeah, I think so. It's something that I've been watching. It's, yeah, it's just kind of really being evident over this last month or so, and I can hear that little voice going, I can't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you feel you want to tell me?
No, just that with that calm feeling, it's like a terror. It's, yeah,
Yeah.
it feels, yeah, it's a terror.
So that feels right.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just switch off the recording.